Peptides are powerful and often misunderstood.
And we're here to change that one conversation at a time.
I'm Dr. Kylie Burton.
And I'm Jessica Bricky.
This is Pep Talk, Peptides Unpacked, science made simple, results made real. If you're listening to this and you haven't shared it with a friend yet or even posted it on your social media, I want to ask that you do so. We're now doubling our downloads each week, and it's super fun to hear how many people are listening to this podcast and learning the truth about peptides and how there's so much more to peptides than GLPs. Today is a bonus episode, and a bonus episode means that we're going to talk about the business side of things. So, if you're interested in creating a new income stream for your family, I don't care what your background is, I don't care if you're looking to make an extra $500 a month or $5,000 a month, or heaven forbid you go big and you go $50,000 a month, whatever your level is, this is for you if you're interested in the business side. If you're not, skip on past it. We have a guest today, Hali Laricey. She's been in my space for a couple of years now. And Hali, when you heard of this opportunity, what was your first thought?
My first thought was, yeah, maybe not. Just because I didn't have the information. It was just kind of like a dabbling of an idea. Um, but to back up a little bit, I was introduced to peptides early last year,
Okay.
and I knew that they were going to be groundbreaking, but because I'm not a doctor, I don't have prescription rights. So there's a supplement company that I truly respect and love, and they came out with oral peptides at the beginning of last year. It's about a year ago, a little over a year ago. I got super excited because I
This
was
company happened to start with an M.
no,
Okay.
no. And now I'm trying to think of who that is. Anyway, um, So I got on the bandwagon and I was excited to be able to access them. And I had a few clients that were having issues that I knew it was a perfect fit for. So they did it. And because their issues were severe with joint pain and things like that, the dosing was so high and frequent that it was very expensive. And they had a hard time being compliant because every time they turned around, they had to do, some amount of pumps of something. And it was just a lot. And they didn't get the benefit because they really weren't compliant, to be quite honest. So
Because
I
of
took a
the
step.
high dosage required from a
Yes.
supplement form.
Yes, ma'am. From
Yep.
oral. Yes.
Mhm.
And I kind of felt like maybe I had to miss the train on the peptide thing because I'm not a doctor. I don't, I can't prescribe. So I thought I was left out. And then fast forward to late last year when you and I started talking about it, I was a little reluctant just because I didn't want to have the rug pulled out from me again because I love having cutting edge options for my clients because not everybody is out of the cookie cutter, like, oh, here, do ABC. They have different needs. And so I always like to have creative options. So I started doing some my own research and started talking to you a little bit more too, and found out that it was prescription and I didn't have to write the prescription. So then I got excited and I got on the bandwagon.
I
Yes.
want to just
And
back up for one quick second, if I can. What is exactly that you do with your clients? Because I don't think our listeners know. We just jumped right in, and I would like to know, people would like to know how what you do relates to maybe what they do.
Sure, sure. I'm a functional wellness specialist and I help people connect the dots really between the symptoms they're experiencing, what their labs are telling them, and what their body's been telling them for years. And in a lot of cases, decades, maybe their whole lives, but they haven't found a way to communicate that to somebody who can help them. So I kind of bring it all together and we carve out a path and we get them solutions.
so in simple terms, you're a root cause specialist.
Yes, ma'am.
as so many listeners who are interested in the business side of things are. And they're just, they're hearing about peptides. Maybe they're not even sure what a peptide is, or maybe on the other side of the spectrum, they are very, I mean, they're experts. And they've been using peptides in their office for years, months. But now the legal side is cracking down, and I've heard, they're not wanting to walk the fine line anymore. So some of them have opted in to come into this space. But Hallie, as you have experienced other types of industries like this, like how you talked about with the supplement company early on in last year, what's been the difference as far as you being successful with this in a shorter amount of time in a manner which feels natural to you and it feels right for you, and then have not having to do it on your own?
Yeah, that's really key. I mean, I'm a virtual practitioner, so I'm in my office alone. I don't have, a lot of employees or anything. So this road can be lonely. And having support, people to talk to, bounce ideas off of, get feedback from is really a big deal. Kind of like when I had the situation with the peptides before, I didn't have anybody I could reach out to say, hey, are there other options or anything like that? I mean, there's a lot of red tape there to get through to talk to anybody. So doing this way with you and your team and everything has really helped a lot for me to stand firm and know what I'm talking about, increase my confidence and know that I'm not the only one. There's people who know more than me. There's people who know less than me. And together we all make a great team that get things done.
Yeah, entrepreneurhood in general can be a lonely game.
Yeah.
And so when you team up with a community, I know between 2020 and 2025, masterminds were the thing. I paid a ridiculous amount of money to be inside the quote right rooms in these masterminds, and now they've all dissipated with the advent of AI and the trust recession. So we've created this community that you just get to join as a brand affiliate and participate in. You get to bounce ideas off. We've got moms who have no background in education or health, and we have, chiropractors who have been using peptides for a couple of years now. So they're very elite experts in the field. So we've got everything in between. So wherever you are, you'll fit. And then, like Hallie said, we can bounce ideas off of each other. We have a Facebook group. We've got a group call on Zoom each week, which we just finished before we recorded this. And Hallie, we have a pretty strong team, I feel like. Do you feel like that?
Yeah.
I'm a chiro. Jess is a massage therapist and functional medicine nutritionist. And then we have Stella, who's a pharmacist. And
And we
that's
have
been,
Katie, who's a PA.
and Katie, who's a PA. And Carly, who's a stay-at-home mom, now turned entrepreneur and has gotten her husband out of his job. So it's like we have this team of of individuals that make up a great support network. And I feel like that's something we haven't addressed much is, you know, you and everybody else, you're not in this alone. You're in this with a group of us, and it's fun and it's more successful that way. So if you can speak more of what that support is like, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that, if you put something in the Facebook group, you may not know who to direct that to. So you just put it in there, and then either you or Jess or Stella will respond and say, who to go ask. And so it's just, or bring them into
We
the conversation, really
tag
tag
somebody.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it helps you as the thinker and the poster and part of the group. It's a great learning environment and the exchange of information. It's funny too that a lot of times there's people dealing with the same issues like doing events. How do I do this? What does anybody have a good idea? Does anybody have a brochure? Does anybody have this? And then people come out of the woodwork and they post stuff and they say, "Oh, go look at this, that, or the other, and here's a Canva template." And it's just a really great place to be. Everybody wants to help everybody else, and you don't find that everywhere. I think more often than not, there's a lot of competition, and I don't do well in that environment. I don't, I'm not a competitor. I like to help people and undergird them and help them be the best they can be. And I like to surround myself with people like that. So I'm definitely in my lane in this group.
Yeah, the
It's a lot of
marketing
fun.
pieces are helpful.
Yeah.
And the Facebook group is helpful to bounce ideas off of. You dropped, we got Canva templates, we got some other things. And I know the telemedicine company that we all work with has their own hub as well, and that's loaded with marketing material. So you don't even have to create your own stuff. It's created for you. You just get to share it. And I think that's one of the funnest parts for me is I get to stay in more of my zone of genius and let somebody else take over the fulfillment side.
I
Um,
think that being in this space, there's a lot of different resources we have, but sometimes, and I don't know, Haley, with the other company that you were with, but the feedback I get with other people in other companies is they feel very much on an island, right? So
Yeah.
you're talking about a situation where you're in your office alone by yourself, and now you venture out into this new business and somebody brought you in. Great. Well, here you go. Good luck. And that is not what we're about. So we are a very loving and giving and generous community. We celebrate everybody's wins, big and small. And we have all of these tools, like Kylie said, that are available to you from the corporate level, which is great, to like our team, the top of our team with Carly and what she has, which is also fantastic, and everything that we are putting in, anything that we create, pretty much like we on our call we just talked about before. I created templates for emails to go out for the team. Why would I keep that to myself when I know that those things are templates that you and everybody else on the team might use? So when you do well, we do well, and it's so fun to watch everybody grow and thrive together. And
Yeah.
we're helping so many people along the way when we do that.
Yeah. And that I was going to say that too. Let's not forget too that the peptides and this company, it's not just about peptides. She has so many, she being the owner, creator, whatever, but she has so many big visions about things that she wants to bring to a functional wellness platform that is exciting. And so it's like I've never been more excited to be in a place for the future. There's so many great things coming. It's the real deal. It's super exciting, and it knowing that we have access to it and we don't have to be a doctor is just really it's freeing. It lets us just go be ourselves and do our thing and do it well.
can we talk about her for a minute? Do we want to say her name, Jess?
Um, you know what? I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but
Well, let's
we
just say
can.
Honey, because
We'll just say honey.
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
I was
So
going, go ahead.
one of the things I love about Honey and our telemedicine company that she is the CEO and the owner of is that she does not brought in a single investor.
Yeah.
It is her, her, and her. She gets to be the sole decision maker. And as a woman, I'm going to throw a little Garden of Eden at you for a second because when Adam and Eve decided to take of the fruit, she didn't go ask Adam for permission. She partook of the fruit, which means as a woman, she made the decision herself. And I love that because as us women, we can make decisions ourselves. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to try this out. And I'm going to bring, maybe it's an extra $500 a month to my family. Maybe it's an extra $1,000, and maybe it turns into 10,000 or 50,000. Just blows your mind because you took a leap and you said yes. You made a decision without anybody else's permission.
That's right.
Um, but Honey is one of those where, she just made a decision and she has been the sole decision maker. No other investors involved, and I love that aspect.
So from a financial aspect, not only is the company extremely strong, um, it also has a big heart. The entire foundation of the company, the logo, the mission is based on the book Horton Hears a Who. And
I didn't know this. Tell me.
Yeah.
yes, it's that's why we have the little elephant.
Elephant.
That's our,
Uh-huh.
and so if people are looking, they'll know. If they see the little elephant, they'll know. But that's why our logo is what it is. And everything that she has done is kind of based on this. That's the name of our pharmacy is got to do with that. So all of these things are kind of around the premise of Horton Hears a Who, which is all about, no matter how small, you're important.
Mhm.
And there's a mission to make you feel that way, be seen, be helped, help others. And that whole philosophy that she pours into this company is very apparent. Um, in the financial decisions, in the people that she's bringing onto the team, and and customer support, like every aspect of this company, it is clear that she just is an incredible human, a strong businesswoman, smart as a whip. I mean, my gosh, the things she knows.
She's a biochemist.
Right.
She's the biochemist behind scenes. So when we all had a question about Clo, which we'll share later, KLOW, we all had this idea in our minds that if you mix GHKCU, Cu being a copper peptide, with other peptides, that it destabilizes everything and makes it mute. Well, she as a chemist comes on and says, no, 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 that's wrong. This is what it's really like, and it has to be done in a stabilized pH environment. Okay, so she as the biochemist clears it up. So it's so cool that not only is she in a medical background, but now she's a business mastermind as well. And when you compare the two of them together, and she's the sole decision maker in a multi-million dollar company, that's cool. And I can
Mhm.
get behind that full-fledged.
Yeah.
Same. Me too.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
And it's fun.
Yes. So, Hallie, if someone's listening and they've been on the fence now about joining us as an affiliate, what would you say to them?
I say do it. Do it. Come join us now. There's so many people in the group that will help you and bring you on and support you. Do it now. And don't take months to decide and look back and say, oh, I wished I had done it before, months ago, a year ago, whatever. Do it now. I have absolutely no regrets. I wish we had known about it sooner, Kylie.
I do too. We can blame Jess for it because she knew and she didn't tell us.
Listen, I told the world 2 months after I started, so you knew about it pretty quickly in, but yeah, I mean, and here's the thing too. This was something that I said I would never do. Kylie, you said you would never do, and I have same
Hallie's
with
raising
getting a
her hand.
dog.
She said she would never do it too. And
Yep.
here
And
we are.
and when I got a dog, I said I was never going to have a dog. And all of these things and so many others, I have come to the conclusion, never say never. Keep your mind open to the possibilities because they could be some of the most incredible experiences you will ever have. That is the case with my dog. That is definitely the case with building here at Ellie. And I think, Haley, you're nodding your head. You could agree
Yep.
to that.
Life changing. There's no other way to say it. Life changing in all respects, with the dog, with the kids, with all of it.
Yeah, and life-changing not just from a financial perspective, but being inside a network, because there's a lot of people feeling like they're solo and they're by themselves, and like, no, come join a network of people who understand, and we're all on the same mission. We're all on the same mission of how many lives can we change and change our own life while we're at it. So as we finish up, I want to read just a little snippet of something I found online today or a couple days ago, and it said, people will work a second job, drive for DoorDash at midnight, pick up extra shifts on their feet for hours, all to get an extra $500 a month. And if you've been listening to this, this is a new way for you to get an extra 500, 5,000, whatever, however much effort you want to put into it. You'll see the results. And it's so fun, as we've been saying. Never say never, you know?
Never say never. Love it.
Last little piece, just so you guys know how legit this is. Our telemedicine company gave out $20 million in commissions in April alone.
Wow.
Commissions. Let's just repeat that word. That's not what the
$20
company brought
million
in.
commissions.
Commissions.
Meaning us moms, us people who are just like, you know what, let's create an extra income stream. We are receiving those funds.
It's
Let's make
real.
sure
I
you
just got
receive
it
a
dropped
piece of
into
the
my
pie.
checkbook. It's
I
real.
took a picture of my email and said, and I texted my husband, I said, this is the biggest one we've had yet. And it just keeps growing.
Every month. Every month is getting bigger and bigger. Yep.
Yeah, love it. All right. Hallie, where can they find you?
Uh, HaliLaricey.com is my website,
Spell it for him. Yeah.
HaliLaricey. And that's also my email is Hallie@HaliLaricey.com. I would love to connect with anybody who has questions about this or anything else because
Business side or even taking peptides.
that's right.
Jess, where can they find you?
Well, as always, if you're curious, you can find me on my website, which is b2bwithjess.com. On my Instagram, that is jessb.talkshealth. And any one of us can help you build business, get peptides. Whoever brought you to this podcast, please go back and speak with them. But if you need help because nobody brought you here, any one of us, Kylie, Haley, or myself, we can help you.
Yeah.
Yes.
My website is drkylieburton.com/peptides affiliate, where you can get all the details of joining on the business side. And guys, stop being on the fence. Just get off the dang fence and come join us. And we'll see you on our next group call. And I'll share all of the goodies that you get when you come join us as well. So, okay, that's a wrap. Pep Talk, Peptides Unpacked. See ya.